Functions and relations. How do we know, how to find out that whether a relation is a function or not? What are the characteristics of a function and function notation? Relation. Any set of ordered pairs. Any set of ordered pairs. No condition is involved. That is, a relation will have ordered pair. x1, y1, x2, y2. It can be either x1, y2. So this is a set of an ordered pair. This is a relation. What is a function? This type of relation or a type of relation where there is exactly one output for every input. That is, for every x, only one y will be there, unique y. For unique x, unique y. For exactly or for every x, there is exactly one y. In a relation, how do we start? We start with a set. Set will have the interrelated elements. They are just elements. It can be weight of your, say, school children. It can be some names. Said you take two sets, you multiply them, not in a multiplicative way, but in a Cartesian way. You are making the pairs. So you are making pairs now. So this is how Cartesian product is being formed. Then we have a condition on this. For example, if we have ordered pairs, say first one should be greater than second one, or first has to be less than second one, the two values of the ordered pair, or say two values are equal. So this is how we start with a set, Cartesian product, then we have condition, and then we come to the relation. So we have come to a relation. Now, how this relation will become a function? For example, all these values of the first set x1 till xn, the second set, say y1 till yn, and the relation is from here only. It will be only a function when we have x1 and y1 and x1 is not y2. That is, for a single value of x, which is actually the domain also, for the same value of x, you don't get same value of y. This kind of mapping, one value providing you two values on the other set, should not be there. If x1, y1 is there, no problem. x2 is mapped to y2, no problem. But if x1 is mapped to y1, y2, or say x2 is mapped to y1, y2, it is not a function. Let us see example here. Now 1 is mapped to 6. 1 is also mapped to 7. Wrong. This is not a function. 1 is mapped to 6. 2 is mapped to 6. No problem. This is not, first one is not a function. What is the condition? The only way is just write the ordered pairs. 1, 6. All the lines, whichever the first and second element are there, I am just writing 1, 6, 1, 7 and 2, 7. This is a relation of this mapping. But just see the x value. Don't worry about y value. If the x values are repeated, that means it is not a function. Now let us write the ordered pair for the second one. I am just saying it to be R2. 1, 6 and 2, 6. 1, 6, 2, 6. Always we write the first element from the x set and second from the y set. You don't have to worry about y. It can be anything. But just see x values. Y is repeated here though. But only the first value you see here, they are different. So it is a function. This is a function. A function, as I said, will be, or a relation will be on some condition. So there are certain ways to represent this function, to show this function, because function has come out of relation only. Function is a subset of relation only. How do we write it? There are certain ways to represent it. We can make a chart, we can map them, we can represent it through mapping. If you see here y equals 2x, let me show you one of the value. If I put x as minus 2, what will be the y value? Y equals 2x. Just put x as negative 2 here. Negative 2. So 2 multiplied by negative 2, y is equal to negative 4. Minus 4. So you have to have minus 4 here. Similarly, others, if you put minus 1, you will get minus 2. You put 0, you get 0. You get put 2, you get 1, you get 2, 2, you get 4. So you can also write it as ordered pair. Minus 2, minus 4. Minus 1, minus 2. Like this till you get 2, 4. This is the relation. This is the relation. How do we represent it through mapping? We usually use the set form, the Venn diagram form, the mapping form. So the x values are written in this way. Second, on output, you put the mapping, that is minus 2. If you put x as minus 2, you get minus 4. Minus 1, you get minus 2. 0, you get 0. X as 1, you get 2. X as 2, you get 4. Y equals 2x. So this is the XY chart and the mapping form. This is a function. Why? Because no one x is related to multiple y. This kind of formation is not there. Every x will give you unique y. You can also see that whether x is repeated or not. If you see x repeated, that is not a function. Now you see these two functions are seen exactly same, but there will be difference. One is function, one not. Y is mod x. That means whichever value you put here, it will always be positive. Y equals, let us put as negative 2. When you put negative 2, it will come as positive because modulus or absolute value is positive value. Now I am putting 2 inside. The value which come outside is 2. That is, if you put minus 2, that is x as minus 2, x as 2, you will get 2. So let me just do all the values. Minus 1, if you put, you will get 0. 0, you will get 0. 1 as 1 and 2 as 2. Do you see any problem here? That is, whether as far as the function definition is concerned, is it contradicting? Let us do it as mapping. Now it will be very clear. Because we know the one value should not point to 2 values. So I'll just, by the line, I can find out. These mapping, one value should not point to 2 values. So any value is pointing to 2 or more than 2. One value is either pointing to 2 or more than 2. Is it there? No, it is not there. So this is a function. Come here. Now, for the first time, you see that, oh, this is exactly the same function. It has to be a function. But it is not. Please remember, whenever you are dealing with x and y is equal to fx. Function of x is y. That is, whatever value x is taking, the y will change on the basis of x. Now, x is equal to mod y. What we see here is, no, this should also be a function. But this is not a function. How? See, put the value of y here and now find out the value of x. That is, put y as 0. See what you get. Put value of y as minus 2. You get 2. Put value of y as plus 2. You'll get 2. Put value as minus 1. You'll get 1. X as minus x1. Y as 1. Again, x as 1. So now 1 is pointing to minus 1, 1. 2 is pointing to minus 2 and 2. So now here, a single value is pointing to 2 values here. That is, for a single x value, there are multiple y values. But the function definition says, for every x, there has to be a unique y, which is not here. Let me write it like this. 1, negative 1. 1, 1. Let me write it whole. 2, negative 2 and 2, positive 2. Now you see 1 is repeated, it cannot be a function. You see 2 is repeated, it cannot be a function. Clearly, x, if it is repeated, it is not a function. A single value of x cannot give you multiple value of y. That is the definition of function. Okay? I hope you got the idea. Though y is equal to mod x and x equal to mod y, looks exactly same, but just changing the position because y equals fx, things changed. Let me just again reiterate it. If I put y as -1, what do you get? X. X as 1. When you put y as +1, x will be 1. So for -1, 1. For -1, there is one mapping, only one mapping of x, and for 1 also it is same mapping. That is how this function is failed. The definition of function is failed. First one was the function, second one is not a function. Vertical line test. This is also known as pencil test. Pencil test. We, by this test, find out whether a graph or a function is a function or not. Now see here, there is a straight line. Now we pass a line, a vertical line, a pencil you can say, a vertical line from -x to +x, we move a vertical line. I'll show you again. There is a line which is coming from left to right on -x to +x. Now whenever it is passing through the graph, if it is intersecting at one point, every time you say it is a function. What is the the interpretation? Let me take this one also. One line passing through left, coming through right. Every time, if this is the line, this green line, second time, third time, fourth time, it is bypassing. And then it only intersect once, every time. The interpretation is for every x, there is a unique y. For every unique x, there is a unique y. For x2, there is y2. There is x3, there is y3. Let me take an example here. So this line, actually, when we passed, it is superimposing the given line. Superimposing. So already we had a line. And the second line is superimposing it. That is a line when it is superimposing, the intersection points are infinite. It is intersecting this line in infinite points. So for a single x value, there are infinite y values. So this cannot be a function. For x, there will be y1, y2, y3 till y infinity. So vertical line test shows that for single x value, whether there are more than one values, if it is there, it is not a function. Now see, let us pass a line here, vertical test. It can be from +x to -x also. It is not intersecting more than once. It's a function. Take it here. Just see the line which is passing. This is the point, and there are multiple points where it is going to intersect the graph in two positions. For single x, there are multiple y values. For single x, there are multiple y values. And that means if you see is multiple x, that is, it is not a function. See here. What do you think? A line which is passing will intersect only and only once. For every x, there is a unique value of y, therefore it is a function. Now it's quite clear for this one. Vertical line test, two intersection most of the time. So this is not a function, right? Not a function. Here, it's clear that it is not a function. Whenever we do the line test, it is going to intersect in more than one point. At this point also, it is giving one value of x and one value of y. But when it moves, we have to move it. That means this is a vertical line test showing function or not a function. This is not a function. We can have multiple ways to find out whether a relation is in a function. The first one, for every x, there is a unique y. As I said, don't worry about y. Just see x. If x is repeated, that is, it is not a function. I'm just writing it in a order paired value. 0, 5, 0, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5. There is no bearing of 5. Just forget it. See x is multiple or not. Whether x is repeated more than once. No, it is a function. This is a function. Coming to the second one. I'll just write two of them, and this is clearly not a function. Why? Because negative 3 is repeated. When negative 3 is repeated, x value is repeated. That means for multiple x value, there are y values, not a function. The best way is to use the vertical line test or pencil test. When the line will pass, it will intersect multiple points. That is, for x, there are 3 y values. It is not a function. This is not a function. This is for single x, you are getting 2 y values. Fail. It's not a function. How to represent a function? The function notation. Y equals 2x plus 3. This is an equation because we have equality sign. X is called the independent variable. Y is a dependent variable. Because x, you can put any value on the set. If it is a real set, all the real values. Complex set, all the complex values. But y is bound by 2 multiplied by x plus 3. So y is a dependent variable. This y is a function of x. So that is why we write y equals f, function of x. So how do we find out the value? If x equals 1, what is the y? If this y is 2x plus 3, I am putting x as 1. Y equals 2 into 1 plus 3. What do you get? Y equals 3 plus 2, 5. So y equals 5. Similarly, when you put x as 2, 2 into 2 plus 3, that is 7. X equals 3. 3 into 2 plus 3, 9. 4 into 2 plus 3, 11. 11. So how do we write this? This is a function of 1 which is giving you a value of 5. f1 is 5. Because fx is 2x plus 3. When you put x as 1, you get 5. f2 as 7. f3 as 9. f4 as 11. Let me take a negative value now. F negative value, negative 4. Same function, x we are going to put as negative 4. So 2 into negative 4 plus 3 minus 8 plus 3. What is the value? Negative 4, you get negative 5. F negative 4. So what do you get? You get a value of negative 5. There can be algebraic combination of two functions. They can be combined. There are multiple properties. So gx is x squared, that is g4 is, just put x as 4. 4 square is 16. H minus 2, just put x as negative 2 here. 3 into negative 2 minus 2, that is minus 6 minus 2, that is minus 8. Negative 8. G negative 3, just put negative 3. Negative 3 whole square is 9. My negative 3 whole square is 9. Plus 9. H5. Put x as 5. 3 into 5, negative minus 2. So you get 13. H4 plus G1. You can combine two functions. You can add two functions. Put x as 1 in the first one. H as x as 4 in the second one. 1 will be 10, 1 will be 2, 1, that is 10 plus 1 is 11. H negative 5 and G minus 2. So 3 into negative multiplied by negative 5 minus 2 and multiplied by minus 2 whole square. And what do you get? This is going to be 17, the first one, H negative 5 and G negative 2. This is negative 17. What do you get here? Negative 2 square is 4. 4 into negative 17 is negative 68. GH3. Let us take 3. H3. So 3 into 3 minus 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. Now you have to put this 7 in G. That is G7 you have to find out. G7. G7. Okay, put it here. G7. 7 squared is 49. HG2. First G2. Put 2 here. 2 squared is 4. So 4 here. Now put H. Inside this we get 4. You have H4. That is going to be 3 into 4 minus 2. That is 12 minus 2. That is going to be 10. So how to evaluate? The domain is given. That is the possible values of x are given. X is -1, x is 0, x is 2. Let us take one of these. Others I'll leave it to you. F -1 we have to find out. So 4 into -1 is -4. F and 0, this is 4 into 0, that is going to be 0. And 4 into 2, that is, I'm putting x as this 2. 4 into 2 is going to be 8. What is the range? What is the value of y? -4, 0, 8. Similarly, the second one will give you -11, 12, -9, -3. The third one is 0, -1, and 3. So this is the domain. Just put the value of x, find out the value of y. How to draw a graph of a function? Let us take a linear function here. This is the function being given to you. Fx equals -x plus 3. That means y equals fx, which is equal to -x plus 3. The first thing, you have to make a table. That is, for every x, you have to find out the value of y. We always keep the value near to the origin. That is, some value on the right of the origin and some value on the left of the origin. Negative value, positive value. That is why we started with -3 and we come up to 3. So -x, -3. I'm putting x as -3. Negative, positive, and plus 3. This is going to be 6. Now put x as -2. Negative was already there. Negative, positive. It is going to be 2 plus 3. That is going to be 5. Put x as -1. -1. Negative was already there. Negative, positive. 1 plus 3. That is going to be 4. 0. Put 0. 0 plus 3. That is going to be 3. 1. -1 plus 3. That is 3 minus 1. That is 2. Now put 2, -2. So 3 minus 2 is 1. Now put 3. 3 into -1, that is -3 plus 3, 0. Okay, what do we get? X and y value. Now in a graph, just put these values or markings equidistance. So this is called the x-axis of the Cartesian coordinate system. This is x-axis. This is the y-axis of Cartesian coordinate system. Both of them combined are called as axis. Both are called combined as axis. So here we'll mark the x coordinate, and on the vertical one we mark the y and take the intersection. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also you have 1, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, now take the value. First one is, I'm taking the second value because we'll start with the second one. -2, 5. X is -2, y is 5. Now take this line, intersection of these two will be our graph plotting. This is the first point. -2 and 5. Second one is -1 and 4. This is -1. Now this is 4. Just increase or enhance it parallel to the x and y axis. This is the second point. -1 and 4. -1 and 4. Then 0 and 3. X is 0. X is 0. Y is 3. Then 1 and 2. This is 1. X is 1. Y is 2. This is the point. X is 2. Y is 1. This is 2. And this is 1. This is 2, 1. 2, 1. Then 3, 0. X is 3. Y is 0. So this is okay. Now you can extend it, the values, but we get enough point. Just make a line. This line is your graph of linear function. So how to make a graph of any function? This is the way you need to plot the graph in x and y coordinate system or Cartesian coordinate system. So this is the stepwise method to make a linear function graph. Okay guys, this is all about this functions. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.